Hello, hello! And welcome back as I learn an important lesson about drinking strange blood from a jug I found lying on the floor of a subterranean sewer in Darkest Dungeon. So yeah, it turns out that Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton were completely off their nut. Vials full of blood, they're not the sort of thing you just want to keep hanging around, especially on a chain around your neck. And they're definitely not the sort of thing you want to just toss back like you're quaffing one of the potion seller's strongest potions, because clearly at Resolve rank 1 or 0, our secrets are not strong enough to handle the potions fit only for beasts. They can't handle the potion seller's strongest potions. So what do? Well, I mean, if you can't handle the potion seller's strongest potions and he won't sell you his strongest potions, I really feel like your best bet is probably just murder the potion seller and take his strongest potions. It just doesn't make sense for that guy to put up that much of a fight. That's where the humor came, by the way, was the incongruity. But that merchant is clearly just out of his skull. No salesman in his right mind is going to go to that much effort to deliver a caveat emptor. They're just not. Even big pharmaceutical companies, who, by the way, will sell you like a hair loss pill that will give you seizures and make you vomit, they don't put up that much resistance. They're just like, hey, you want to keep your hair? Sometimes you'll puke and fall down in a grand mal seizure, twitch around, and have a wallet jammed under your tongue. That's the price you're going to pay for a full head of hair. You want it? Come and get it. Just potion seller, give the knight the damn potions already. It'd be like if Pfizer, the company that makes Viagra, put at the end of a commercial a guy going, "You can't handle my strongest boner pills. Your erection may last for longer than 4 hours and require medical attention." They're not gonna do that. Pete, you're spending a lot of time talking about the potion. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about here. I'm just rambling. I drank a vial of blood last episode, had really bad results, and I'm just so excited to play more Crimson Court, I really don't care. So, let's get a team together. What the hell are these? Oh, right, we're gonna go into the Darkest Dungeon first time out of the box. No. Plus 40% damage versus stonework. What the hell is that even a thing? Alright, well, I mean, we're not going to the Darkest Dungeon. That's just stupefying. Slippery boots. 4 extra dodge. Not terrible. We're definitely looking to do a short mission here. I do like the damage stone as well. Explore 90% of rooms on a short mission. Also not bad. We really need to start getting ourselves some deeds. This medium mission does have plus 10% bonus from range skills, minus 2 dodge. Not terrible. With no kind of stress relief, although, you know what, I say that, but we do have some small amount of stress relief. Not a lot, but a little. We could maybe get through that. We also have this medium apprentice to explore 90% of rooms. What is your remove? Yeah, remove that thing from the rotation because it's straight up god-awful garbage. The damage stone is good because almost anybody can use it and get some benefit out of it. I'd really rather start going on a little bit longer missions to see if we can't pick up some... See if we can't pick up a little extra loot here. You know what? Okay, Lance, what skills have you got? Do you have... Oh, man, I really wish you had Cry Havoc, but you don't. On the plus side, though, you do have actually everything we would want except for Cry Havoc. All of these work out of the 3rd slot, right? Not Blackjack. You gotta be working out of the 2nd slot for that. You know what? That's okay. Because all of Iago's stuff still works out of slot 3, right? You can work out of the 3-hole, Iago. All of your shit works out of the 3-hole. Well, good. You're going to be working out of the 3-hole. Othello, get your ass up front. And who's bringing up the rear? Well, I'd like to bring Hippolyta into the mix here. But we can't do it. We're going to have to go with Perdita for now because we need somebody who's like a power healer. And I say a power healer, and what I mean is we need someone who can actually just heal. We have 2 trinkets. One gives us an extra blight skill chance, and the other one gives us a penalty to dodge and can only be worn by a grave robber. And we don't have one, so I'm guessing we're shit out of luck on that. Let's take this team and get provisioning. Yes, thank you, Darkest Dungeon. I know camping works. We're gonna grab 2 full stacks of food, mostly because we're a little low on heals. We don't have any method to cure blights or bleeds, so let's take a little extra in the venom and bleeding department. I think probably 2 medicinal herbs is more than enough. We will pick up 1 extra holy water. 2 full stacks of torches. Do I want to pick up laudanum? No, that shit is expensive. And I'm only going to take 3 shovels. So we spent a lot of cash here Like a ridiculous amount of. You know what? We got to back down on some of this stuff. We overspent. Probably not. You know where we overspent though? We overspent on medicinal herbs. We overspent on holy water. We gotta get some of this cash back. 2 full stacks of torches. You know what? For a medium dungeon, we're not gonna need that. Give me some of those back. I'm only gonna take 12 torches and rely on the fact that we have the ability to camp once. We really gotta economize. The 3 shovels, those I'm not gonna bend on. The stress relief we would need if we have to dig our way through a bunch of barricades is gonna way outweigh the cost of that potentially worthless shovel. Plus, with the bonus shovel, we can always smash open one of those curio cabinets or dig up a grave or, you know, just dig a latrine. That's good for stress relief around the campfire. You don't want people just pooping over the log we're all sitting on. Just somebody scooching back over the log by the campfire and dropping a hanger there. Dig a latrine, guys. Basic hygiene here. We gotta complete 100% of room battles. Our homeboy here got 20 stress for just walking in a dungeon because, of course, he is level 0. That is effectively entirely unavoidable. There's no way around that. A level 0 guy at some point has to go into a dungeon, and he's gonna take that stress. So how do we want to handle this? I think we got to start going for kills right off the bat. Perdita opening up with a monster whiff. That's brilliant. Some reasonable damage from our boy Iago. Comes the Grave Nibble. All right, Lance. Immediately critical. And fantastic 20 stress, and you got stunned. Brilliant. Okay, Perdita. Just don't get blighted. She got blighted. This is going perfectly. Well, at least that one wasn't a critical, but it still is a stress attack. And she's stunned. Delightful. So you guys gotta die. We're gonna push this spider to the front. I do want to try and get a round of stress relief here. I don't want to have to pass in order to do it, so let's just do a little slippity-swappity. I'd love to get a stun, but we can't, so let's just lick our wounds. A little bit of self-heal. Yeah, I know, your heart's gonna burst. Boo-hoo, everybody's all sad. Here comes the bite. Okay, we resisted the blight. That's beautiful. I keep forgetting that you don't actually have a stress reduce. We have no... I'm the world's stupidest man. I keep thinking this guy has Inspiring Cry, and he does not because we have not unlocked the guild yet. We have effectively just camping to reduce our stress. I'm the world's dumbest man. Okay, contain stashed heirlooms. All right, so it's in our best interest then to end every fight just as quickly as is humanly possible. We don't want to try and linger for stress relief. If a fight can be over, the fight needs to be immediately over. Scouting? No? Nope. Well, I don't want to have to go down here and back, but we don't really have a choice since we got to explore 100%, do 100% of room battles. If there's a room battle here, we got to come back, and I'd rather get it out of the way early. Thanks for robbing us, though. I appreciate it. Man, Othello, you taking the whole Robin Hood thing to a new level. Robbing from the poor to give to the poor, kinda. I'm tempted to go for a tracking shot here for bonus damage. You know what? I'm beyond tempted. I'm actually gonna do it. Let's get that buff. Ready for the old gods. Beautiful dodge from Iago. I'd much rather you dodge that one, though, bro. Got 15 stress. Okay, it's not the end of the world, but it ain't good. There's the kill on our boy. Plus, we got bonus damage for our highwayman. I think we got to go for the big heal. Pete, how come he didn't heal the healer? Well, one, these guys are not going to be prone to attacking all the way back to the 4th rank. And 2, our healer can heal herself while she does damage on the next round by throwing the bolt from the blue. She can get all Meg Myers on him and hit him with the bolt from the blue. Meanwhile, our boy here, going for the throat slice, resisted both the cut and the bleed. Unfortunate. I went for the AoE there because we really only needed to hit, and plus, every time we can throw an AoE attack, the more people we can hit per attack, the more opportunities we have for criticals, and we need those criticals for stress relieving. Stun this man? No, just kill him. As the fiend falls. No point with the stun. Speaking of which, let's put our party back in its correct order, or rather the order that we started with, so we can maybe get some stuns out of our Houndmaster here. I understand, it's one of the things I noticed in the patch notes, that they did nerf the cudgel weight a little bit, which I feel is unfortunate, because the cudgel weight was one of the... I mean, it was sort of a signature item. Alright, that man has got to die. Oh, good. Yeah, let's just put all of the wounds and stress on the one person who's least well-equipped. Yeah, I know he's bleeding, but it ain't that big of a deal. Okay, 2 damage there. We're gonna have to go for a big heal here, I think. We could go for a stun, but it's just... I really wish we had Inspiring Cry. Like, I desperately wish we had Inspiring Cry. These guys are immune to bleed, which is unfortunate. Maybe we can get a speed roll out of ourselves? Nope, we're gonna have to go high risk. High risk, high reward, though. 3 points of healing, 4 points of stress relief, and we killed the stress unit. Nice dodge from Lounce. That guy knows how to dodge. He's used to getting his ass whipped as his dog pissed on the floor, and he took the rap for it. You know what? This is a good shot for a Grape Shot Blast. Little AoE damage, also more chances for aggregate criticals. I'm not taking another coral to the heart, though. You're done. We gotta go for the big heal here. And when I say big heal, I mean, you know, like literally the least it can possibly heal in a single... Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna work with faith. It'd be nice if we could get somebody to hit Othello. It also does give us a little bit of light as well. Dead weight, we took 1 because of our bonus protection. Resisted everything. That could not have gone better, really. Don't shoot my dog. Oh, see? That's Lounce in action right there. He stepped in front of that shot to keep the dog safe. That's what he does. He takes damage for the dog. Pete, who the hell is Lounce? You know, he's a very, very minor character from Two Gentlemen of Verona. You know, you probably forgot about him. I mean, he's basically like a comic fop who exists only to point out the fact that Shakespeare hated dogs. 650 gold. I'm tempted to maybe consider camping. We could probably get 1 more fight out of these guys. I feel like they've got 1 more in them before the camp. Especially if maybe we could catch a break and get a nice curio interaction that helps us out with a little bit of stress for Perdita back there. If she has to wind up afflicted, it wouldn't be the end of the world. We could afford to pay to get rid of it, but I would vastly prefer to not have to spend any more cash than I have to. I'm miserly. If I'm a Shakespearean character, I'm probably, you know, like Shylock or somebody. Oh, P, what are you... God damn it. We had a shovel! We really need to get rid of Othello's kleptomania. It's becoming a bit of a problem. It's triggering constantly. This pack contains loot, which Othello will no doubt keep for himself, because he's kind of a scumbag. Something gotta go. How's our light level? We're 1 torch down. Can we use any of this? I mean, I would love to get rid of the dog biscuits, because I never remember to use them anyway. We need the heirlooms. If anything's gonna go, it's gonna be the medicinal herbs. They're the least useful here. Not that they're disuseful, because if we find an alchemist bench, I'm gonna regret having thrown those on the floor, but until we find an alchemist bench... Oh, good. Well, I mean, it's not great, but it's also not the end of the world. We finally found some foes that can bleed. Let's try and take advantage of it. Okay, blanket fire is actually quite bad for us because we do not have the AoE heal with which to combat said blanket fire. I feel like we go ahead and go for the... It's not the greatest idea, but we might be able to get lucky with the critical here. No, we're going to get some healing out of that. Pete, how come you didn't go for a directed heal? Well, I mean, I've got a plan. I've always figured we were going to stun the big fatty boombatty here in the front. Fatty boombatty takes a stun. We got to watch out for the shank. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Oh, the miss, though! That was big. That was real big. Okay, more bleed. We got the guy in the back rank, which is perfect. And, you know, again, let's stick with the whole bleeding thing. Slice that bitch up. He wants to make us bleed. We're going to show him the meat. Stop shanking Perdita. Well, never mind. As long as you're going to miss, you can do that all day, bro. It's the Rain of Whips. 1 damage for everybody and an assortment of bleeds, which is... Wait, how did you bleed after the fact? That's confusing. This guy... okay, he's got to, you know, stun this man again. Yep, he resisted it. That's why I dislike the stun. Alright, what are you going to do? Iago, how much is this guy bleeding for? 3 per round for 2 rounds. Can we up that a little bit? Well, he has fatal damage, or almost fatal damage. We need to get rid of some of these bleeds. One. It's such piddly-ass damage, though. You know what? No. Now he definitely has fatal damage. We're also going to get a 3-point heal. If my dog could gnaw on this guy. Oh, he resisted a bleed, though, and we needed that one. All right. Well, okay. Othello was looking a little bit worried there for a moment, but then that guy came through with the clutch miss for us. You know what? Just womp this dude again. Now we'll just let him bleed to death. Oh, okay.
Does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Really, we probably could have just hit him with our sword and killed him. It would have been just as effective. See, Iago's like, Othello, I'm not wasting around with any elaborate plan involving handkerchiefs and a relatively ridiculous level of coincidence. Let's just, no, we're not gonna mess with any of that stuff. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna cut his throat in a church like this is Hamlet. We're gonna take those deeds, and we're gonna camp right here. We're way, yes, I'm aware of the meal phase, thank you. We're way too close to some stress freakouts here, and what we also need to do, you have Sanctuary, right? Prevents nighttime ambush, done. I know nobody has a mortality debuff, but that's okay. We've got Encourage, we got Hound's Watch. We actually probably should have used Hound's Watch instead of Sanctuary. Release the Hound. 50% scouting chance is really useful for us. Takes a lot of time, though. And we kind of need to... We could have also Bandit Sensed. Alright, well, any of those things would have been better. Clean Guns is a bonus for range skills. We're not using a lot of those. Please tell me you have something good. Oh, Zealous Speech is actually fantastic. Yes, Zealous Speech. That's stress relief across the board. And then I think we're just going to go for the Encourage. We got to get Perdita's stress down. It's way too high. Does anybody have anything that takes 1 time? Nope. Alright, well, I guess our spare time is just gonna be wasted. Hey, it's like Perfidious Pete making these videos. Wasting my spare time. That's right. That's alright, it was always spare time anyway. There's a scout. So we have a room battle, a goddamn calamitous... This hallway, though. The hallway battles. Darkest Dungeon. What are you doing to me, man? Go easy on me. It's Crimson Court. Well, I wish I had those... You know what? Wouldn't have mattered. I was gonna say I wish I had those medicinal herbs now, but Jimmy the Jackass here can't stop touching every single goddamn thing in the dungeon, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. We wouldn't have had a chance to use them. Yeah, I called you Jimmy the Jackass because you deserve it, jackass. As far as hallway battles go, though, this one's pretty good. So, who's still hurt? Honestly, probably you need to heal more than anybody else. Frontline target. Also, can we put our party back in order, please? Here, just patch yourself up. Well, I mean, somebody's got to kill these guys. You know what? No, patch yourself up. Between the opening slash and the Jacques, I gotta feel like we're gonna get at least one of these guys, possibly 2 of them. Yeah, we got... Should have reversed that. Little bonus damage. As long as this doesn't critical, it's a net gain for us, though we did take 5 damage, which is unfortunate. Hit this guy with the tracking shot. Not because I want the buff, but because it won't kill him and it'll give us a chance to heal. Speaking of chances to heal, I was actually hoping for a critical there. Didn't get it. We're going to take an extra 3 damage. Delightful, but we need a big heal here. Yeah, the dilly... Okay, no more dilly-dallying. The dilly-dallying has only harmed us in every possible direction. That's a fat swank stack of cash, though, for a hallway fight. That's a pretty good haul. I guess it's a hallway fight. It's a haul-away fight. Oh, man. I hate myself a little bit. I did not put my party back in order because I'm the world's stupidest man. Stress unit's gotta die, though. And hit it. Could do AoE damage. Tracking shot and see if we can soften this dude up. Okay, and then Hound's Rush. Give me the bleed. Okay, give me 4 damage. Good enough. We stopped one of them. Now we're gonna... Alright, we're gonna take some stress here. That's okay. Othello can handle it. He's a tough guy. He's a big, rough, tough, brutish thug. What does tetanus do, by the way? I don't actually remember. Makes us more prone to bleeding. Actually gives us -5 accuracy and -5% crit. That's fucking crippling. That guy's never gonna swing at us, but I'm real salty about the -5% crit. That's actually a significant debuff. Means basically he has no chance to critical. None whatsoever at all. 0. Zip, zilch, nada, the big goose egg. Did get to bleed. I want the stress unit dead. There's my boy Launch from the back rank with the one-shot kill and the stress relief. Okay, we're getting Othello pretty beat up here. Maybe a big heal for our boy? Honestly, here, Bulwark of Faith. Pete, are you really gonna dilly-dally for one round of... Yes, I am. I know it's a stupid idea. But I really feel like we're gonna beat this guy on a speed roll enough that... There you go. I was gonna say, he never gets a turn. And then we went and did exactly what I thought. Let's eat some food. We have plenty of food, more than we're gonna need for walking around stress. Also, this frees up an inventory slot as well. And we want those busts. Okay, first thing, Pete, before you forget, put people back where they freaking belong already. And then, I don't know, maybe have the new guy open this. Hidden treasures. 125 gold. Well, it's 125 gold that didn't get stolen by a member of our own party, so there's that. Treasure ahead, you'd wager. Yeah, well, I'd wager that Othello's gonna steal it. There's nothing that man can't take away from somebody. Just ask Iago. This is my kind of hallway fight. So, do we want to... Let's not dick about here. Just do damage, get kills, do damage, get kills, do damage, get kills. Make sure this guy never gets to swing at us. There we go. He's stunned. He ain't swinging at shit now. Let's drop a heal on Othello. You know what, Othello? There's really nothing... No, just kill him. There's no reason to mess around here. Let's go for the one-round whack. Another Holloway battle, man. We are getting rich as Croesus and ready to fit to live like kings in this dungeon once it's over, assuming we survive. We definitely over-purchased on shovels, too. No stress-causing units in this fight. I'm shockingly okay with what we're up against. The damage is, you know, a back-to-back critical from these guys could be really dangerous. But not with Iago, the greasy, fast, lightning madman on the case. You know what? Give me a tracking shot. We're going to need a couple turns here of grape shot blasting. I don't feel like there's a real disadvantage to the tracking shot. We'll minimize the incoming damage and hope that our boy Othello can double whap these boys. He didn't get him this time, but they're set up. The next one's going to take him down. Ouch. That hurt. A little bit of bump in the night. Okay. Yeah. This, yeah. Okay. Now Iago is in a real tough spot. That guy's stun resistant. We're probably not going to get him again. Could we kill him? Probably not. We can get him close, though. We definitely have to go for the big heal here. We're going to get 4 back. That's pathetic. Grape shot blast, though? You didn't get it. Oh, okay. Lance is taking one for the dog. I was thinking we could go for the Jacques and maybe try and do a little corpse damage as well, but that's sort of pointless. Although coupled with that, it likely would have proven fatal. I want the guaranteed kill. We'd be better off to murder this man. And I could have healed there. I realize. I could have got some extra heal on our highwaymen, but I really... You know what? I'm never going to remember those dog biscuits. I just want the gold. Citrine, we got some holy water. Holy water is useful now. Which is more valuable? Jade is more valuable. Citrine is the least valuable gem, Pete. You know what? Nothing is blighting us, and I want the money. Who wants to poke this? You know, Lance, you're in the best shape here. Hidden treasures. All right. 600 more gold. Hell yeah.
First test. Now it must be carried home.
We're also going to pump up our highwayman. Just, we feed him the food. Now is the time. Stress levels are looking relatively okay. Othello hasn't stolen... Wait, let's collect ourselves. Don't you mean, wait, let's steal everything that's not nailed down, Othello? I'm pretty sure that's what he meant. And now, having eaten that food, I'm going to run into nothing but non-stop hunger prompts and theft. Be a map! He literally just stole 1,500 gold right out of our fucking pocket. Othello, you fucking scumbag. I'd have thrown this jade on the floor for 1,500 gold without a second of worry about it. Trap, empty room. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Who's a trap disarm guy? You're pretty good at it. Yes, I'm thank you for telling me how traps work. Free stress relief is what I'm looking for. We got it. Let's grab the curio. It's a torch. All right, well.
Wealth beyond measure.
Was that worth 6 stress? Well, we got rid of 8 stress and picked up 13, so all in all, no, it was not worth it. We actually traded stress for a torch that we probably didn't really need. Plus whatever stress we take walking along this hallway, which I'm going to assume is going to be some. Dim light down to 73. Lance has kind of been the star of the show here. I wasn't expecting much out of this highway, or not the highwayman rather, but I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of this Houndmaster, especially in a place where we can't make our opponents bleed, but he's been doing shockingly good work. There's another hunger prompt, so we are now officially out of food. I have a feeling like I'm going to regret having eaten that food with our highwayman. I'd have regretted it more if he'd have gotten killed, but, you know, there are many levels of regret. Let's just hope this is it. Let this be the final room battle and let us get out of this dungeon. I'd be real happy if we could, well, I was going to say beat feet without Perdita taking an asinine amount of stress, but that's just not going to happen. I'm surprised they didn't double up on her. Who doesn't want to double up on a hot number like Perdita? I mean, come on. Also, this is doing nasty shit to our light level. So, who's getting the Wampin? You're getting a Wampin. It's a critical Wampin. Got a little bit of that stress back. That's beautiful. Give me the tracking shot back here. I want the bonus damage on our boy. I also want to get him softened up a little bit. We could go for a kill, or we could go for aggregate damage. Alternatively, you know what? Just Bulwark of Faith. Uses remaining 0. That is a number of uses per dungeon? That seems like a sort of terrible ability then if there's a limited number of times you can use it. I wonder if it's per dungeon or per encounter. It's almost got to be per encounter. Also, I love to see that the enemy just flat out fucking ignored it as well. Could get a, you know what? Worth it. We could go for the double stun. We'd have a respectable chance of getting it. 125%. That guy's 105%. No, you know what? If we get to bleed, he's dead. Never mind. We would need... well, I mean, it's fatal damage, but is it going to be fatal in time? Turns out, yes, it is. It not only was it fatal, it was also completely fucking irrelevant. Now we'll just start doing some aggregate damage with our AoE attacks. Beautiful dodge. Man, Lance has got it going on. I love you, dog, and I'm not talking about your actual dog, although I kind of love it too. What was his dog's name? Lance's dog's name was like, it was an animal. It was a sea animal. I think his dog's name was Crab, if I recall correctly. Pete, you may have read Two Gentlemen from Verona one too many times if you remember the name of Lance's dog. Well, you're not, you know, yeah, I've read it more than a few. That's actually 5 damage worth of bleed. That's pretty hefty. Give me the Jacques. It's aggregate damage, 1 guy dead. This guy is probably not going to get another chance to hurt us. And I say probably, what I mean is definitely, because I'm not going to dick around. We're just going to murder him. So hopefully we might pick up a bandage. Okay, dungeon complete. Fantastic. So, do we want to continue adventuring? I think the answer is yes. Perdita, I believe this will give you a heal, but more importantly, it will give you stress relief. Thought that would also give you bonus stress relief, but it doesn't. Once again, Perfidious P. Oh, this does, though. And I think holy water does work. Here we go. This is the thing I was thinking of right there. Oh, that did not give us stress relief, though. I have no idea what the hell I was thinking of then. None whatsoever. But, you know, we picked up 4 extra crests for our trouble. And as long as we've got torches here, we're not in any immediate danger. Although, you know, we should probably just bail. I don't want to walk down to the other end of that hallway just because there could be a hunger prompt. Yeah, a trap and 1 curio that, frankly, Othello will probably steal anyway. Totally not worth it. Pete, are you stereotyping Othello as a thief just because why you gotta make it racial? Well, I'm not trying to make it racial. It's just Othello has been fucking looting us 12 ways from Sunday. 15,000 gold. That's respectable. Also, a steady bracer is decent. I don't like the dodge penalty, but, you know, bonus accuracy is always useful. We really got to get rid of Othello's tetanus. We need a way to do that. We don't currently have a way to do that, I don't think. Minus 5% damage from range skills. Let's face it, Perfidious damage on range skills is basically irrelevant. Iago is resilient. Bonus stress heal, that's fantastic. Bonus scouting in the wield is good. In town, we'll never drink. We honestly don't care about that. The tetanus is a bit of a deal breaker, though. More importantly, let's go check out the old stagecoach here and see if we got anybody. A maddening wine. Intolerable. Clouds of mosquitoes and other less identifiable pests continue to descend upon the hamlet with maddening persistence. Illness and irritation abound. New courtyard quest. We did it. We got DLC. Okay, what did that do specifically, though? Well, for one thing, it unlocked the guild, which, goddamn, it's about freaking time. So we're going to want inspiring. That cost 1,000 gold. Wow, that's really expensive. We also want Holy Lance, but he's one of our premier boys. Othello is the founder of the feast. We got to have good abilities. What do you not have that we want? Probably point blank shot. All right, let's get you in for point blank. Pete, are you really going to spend all your money on skills? I'd prefer to not, but also, I mean, some of these are must-haves. Like Noxious Blast, that's a must-have skill. Perdita's group heal, also a must-have skill. We gotta have Divine Comfort. It's really all she needs, and now we have 4 guys that are rocking every skill we might theoretically want them to rock. We have some mark synergies. You definitely need Battlefield Bandage. Suppressing Fire and Bowl I don't really care about. And you know, Rallying Flare is not terribly disuseful. It's not good, but it's not the end of the world. I would prefer Suppressing Fire, but for 1,000 gold, I really don't think it's worth it. We'll hold off on Hippolyta upgrades, I think, just altogether. We definitely want Cry Havoc, too, though. Stress Relief is going to be a must. We got to have some of that. Cry Havoc. All right. That's got Lance taken care of. Who's on a stagecoach? I hate abominations. They're so terrible, but I will take another Seeker. You're in.
A sister of battle. Pious.
Can we upgrade this? Because I really want to get, like, more people. I don't want barracks. Actually, no, I kind of do. Well, I want both of these things. Can we get... Oh, well, fuck, we can get both. Just do both.
Can be found even
in fact...
in the mud and rain.
We could get... You know what? Yes. Increase the roster size right away. A big roster is like the first thing we got to get. And you know what, Calmet? I hate abominations, but I'll take you, even if it means I just have to take you down into a dungeon and throw you away like a sack of used trash. I will toss you into the gutter like a soiled condom. I don't care.
The bellows blast once again.
Weaponsmithing is important. Okay, we're also going to want to need to upgrade our guild very soon. Which, honestly, I think we just do now.
Some may fall.
And I think...
lives on.
Good work, Pete. Way to cost yourself literally about 1,000 gold there, because you could have just done that before you bought skills if you weren't the world's stupidest man. All right, Othello, is the sanitarium open? Nope. Complete more quests to unlock. Well, shit pickles. I don't really want to pay for stress relief. You know, I was going to say I want to get rid of Othello's disease, but Lady Macbeth, can you do that? Like, you have a camping skill that gets rid of diseases, right? One companion. Yeah, we could just go leech him. It's also very Shakespearean. Maybe we just take Othello, Iago, Lady Macbeth, and Perdita into a... You know what? Maybe we sideline Iago and take Lance instead. We go Othello, Lance, Lady Macbeth, and Perdita. Take them down in the dungeon. We try and work some stress relief in there. I don't know what these do. We should go. We have a new... Oh, the courtyard is open. Activate 3 thronging hives. A shameful locket. Highwaymen only. Plus 10% accuracy, plus 3% crit, plus 15% stress. Plus 45... This has no drawbacks. Why does this feel like a trap? Baron's invitation. An invitation to an evening of games and entertainment. Signed, the Baron. 5,000 gold. It says it's at a short... No. No. I I've heard that all of the dungeons in the courtyard are extraordinarily long. It says short with level 1 apprentice, but you know what? I've been told that this dungeon is anything but short, and shame on you, by the way, internet, for giving me spoilers that are making me leery of exploring new content before I'm ready. I'd really like to have level 2 seekers before I go mess with this, and possibly some skill upgrades as well. I don't normally do the smart thing. In this case, though, I want to try and do the smart thing. I also want to try and get some of our stress down with now that Othello has the appropriate skills. Okay, so 1 use per battle for Bulwark of Faith. It does give us plus 20 torchlight. I guess that's why it's so good. It's nice, but I'm getting rid of it. I'm also getting rid of Stunning Blow, because while it is a respectable base stun, I'd really rather just have Holy Lance and Inspiring Cry. The 2 skills, they're tried and true. I love those skills. We're getting rid of Grape Shot Blast, too, because I think it's kind of shitty. Really, what I need to buy Duelist Advance, too. And then we get rid of Pistol Shot. And what we do is we go point blank shot, Duelist Advance. Yeah, okay, it's costing me a fucking fortune here, Iago. Down to 900. See, we could have saved ourselves a buttload of gold if only I wasn't an idiot. But hoping for me to be not an idiot, I think we can all agree, is pretty much a hopeless endeavor. Lady Macbeth, your skills are right. Except for Disorienting Blast, which we want gone. Let's get your stuff sorted. There we go. And Perdita, I know your skills have changed as well. I'm doing this now because if I don't do it now, I'll forget before the next battle. And I'd really rather not go into a dungeon hat in hand, skills equipped incorrectly. Is there anything else we want to do? I mean, I kind of think not. I think we're just going to wait 1 week. And I'm going to resist the Siren Song of the Court. 2 reasons. 1, just mostly, and this is the chief reason. Like, this is 92.5% of the reason. I've heard that the dungeons in the courtyard are ridiculously long. I haven't watched any kind of gameplay or anything from Darkest Dungeon, from the Crimson Court, because I want this all to be sort of first experience, kind of blind playthrough, sort of visceral. What you see is what you get, very much. I don't know anything about it, really. But, thanks to Twitter, I mean, I know that the courtyard dungeons are way harder than they're supposed to be, so that's 92.5% of it is I'm a chicken shit bastard. The other 7.5%, though, I don't like Highwayman, and this is a Highwayman trinket. And I'm curious if we wait till the next week, if this trinket won't switch to become a trinket for a class that maybe I like better. That's the other 7.5%. So we'll see. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. And if you'd like to eventually see me venture forth into the new content instead of cowering in my coop like a frightened chicken shit bastard, might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.